We'll demonstrate the technique of applique. In doing so, we're going to apply, by definition of applique, a piece of material to a garment to decorate it. In this case, we'll take our company name Tex-Mac, and we're going to apply that shape that's been pre-cut by a machine. And we're also going to lay a second color on top of that using the Happy Embroidery machine to show you how easy it is to decorate this shirt. To start out with, in addition to the shape that we just showed you, you'll need a design that matches the shape and also its exact size. You usually either have them made yourself with a cutter, or you can even hire a service or buy designs from a provider like Stalls or Dalco, where you can get the custom shapes and a matching design that goes into the control panel of the Happy machine. And with the design, it's broken up into several sections. So we'll go to the color screen so you can see which colors they are. This one will start out with simple text, and then the second color will be the outline, and we want that to stop. So the way we do that with a Happy machine is we set the color, in this case needle number 9, which actually has blue attached to it, but when we set that color, we also set what's called a frame out, so it'll sew this color and stop and wait for you. Next, the third color that we'll sew after that, after you press start, is the tack down stitch that will hold down that first shape. And then you'll see that when we jump to the fourth color, that's the inside shape that marks where we're going to put that red inner text. And it also, notice, has the frame out feature, so it will also stop and wait for you. And then you can place your shape on top of this. And then finally, after you hit start, it'll show the last color, which in this case is going to be the tack down stitch for that inner shape. So let's see how that works together. We'll start by hooping the shirt normally like we would. We've got the outer ring with stabilizer underneath on the shirt, and then we'll just kind of position this a little bit high on the shirt. We want the logo to be about the center of the chest there, where you would see a logo, for example, like on a baseball jersey. Although this is simply a t-shirt in this demonstration. Get your hoop nice and flush. Make sure you don't have any slack on either end. Make sure that's nice and flat, and that's ready to go. Now with the machine set up already in the control panel with the design, telling you what colors to do, all we have to do is take that hoop shirt that we did, and with all the thread ready to go, we just put the hoop on and hit start. And the machine immediately begins sewing. The machine's just sewn the mark stitch after it sewed the initial text that now we can place our shape alongside. The machine has paused automatically, and it's warned us that it's done what's called a frame out, which means it's pausing and waiting for you to place that shape. Now if you remember your cutout shape that we had at the beginning of the video, that's what we're going to line up to the running stitch shape that we've had here. Now what you haven't seen off camera is that while this was sewing, we took the back of this piece of twill and sprayed it with a little spray adhesive and let it sit for about 20 seconds. So that gets it nice and sticky, but it doesn't leave too much residue on the back that it's interfering with your sewing as we get this thing through. So all we have to do is align our shape with the stitch that the machine has laid down. And all we have to do is hit start and watch the machine take over and finish that with what we call the tack down stitch. Look how quickly the machine finishes off, going all the way around the perimeter of that shape. It's permanently tacked down. Okay, once the tack down stitch for the blue has set and finished, the machine now sews the marking stitch, which is in red, for the second shape that will lay on top of it. And as it finishes that shape and that marking stitch, it'll pause one more time to let us place the second shape. Okay, so the machines will now finish up the last little details here and then do a frame out. So here comes the frame out. Let's pause and wait for us for the second time. Okay, just like we did with the first layer or the first shape, we'll go ahead and place the second layer, aligning it up to that mark stitch. And once again, we've sprayed this shape on the back beforehand with a little embroidery adhesive, like either 505 spray or KK100. Once again, take care to align your shape as exactly the stitching as the machine's basically telling you to do. That gives you a really, really nice clean sew out and a professional look. Now with the second shape in place, we just hit start once again, and the machine moves right back, moves the garment right back underneath the needles, and it lines up perfectly to do the last tack down stitch. There's the first letter. Now it goes on to do the rest of the work.